I'm on a Delta flight, and I had the pleasure of listening to Rob and introduce a story about a young man who's serving the country in the United States by the name of Jonathan. And I'd like Robin to tell the story about Jonathan and how she got the idea that changed the whole atmosphere in a plane full of grumpy passengers from grumpy to happy in a matter of seconds.
Well, it's kind of a very wonderful thing that I do at my job, and I'm very blessed that Delta has agreed to let me do this. When I get on the plane, I introduce myself and I tell the passengers that I am helping to support a soldier that's on deployment overseas, and I pass around journals to passengers, asking them if they could write words of encouragement or prayers or draw pictures, anything that they can imagine that would bring encouragement to somebody that's deployed overseas. Jonathan and his wife had a baby, and about 10 days after she was born, he deployed out over to Iraq. So the journals have been filled with wonderful words of encouragement and love, not only for Jonathan, but for his wife Jennifer and their baby Brooke. Not only have I done the journals for Jonathan, but I've also done them for probably hundreds of soldiers overseas for the last 5 or 6 years. If I don't do the journals on one of my flights, I feel like my job isn't as significant that day, because it's God's way to reach out to the community on my airplane, and I know the story goes far beyond this. So I'll continue to do it as long as Delta lets me and as long as I'm employed here, because it's just my way to say thank you so much to our military and our veterans, because the sacrifices are more than what us common folks back home really understand.
So Robin, is there something that you want to say to Robin? Because if we get permission from Delta, and I hope they say yes, because this is a wonderful story, it'll be on YouTube, and you'll be able to let Jonathan know that he changed the lives of a whole plane full of people.
What Jonathan needs to know is, I'm going to get really emotional right now. Jonathan was once a complete stranger to me, and now I love him like a son, and I would do anything for him. And to me, somebody told me the other day this was a pay it forward. Well, my life has been incredibly enriched by knowing Jonathan and by having him love me back. There's no better way to be a guardian angel than to have the love in your heart that I have for this man, and I'm so thankful to have been able to do this over the years for him.
Now, is Jonathan still overseas?
Yes, he's on his second deployment right now in Iraq, and he'll be gone for 15 months. So he doesn't get to see Brooke take her first steps or say her first words. And I know that Jennifer's back home taking great care of their baby, and nobody can wait for him to get back. Just be safe, Jonathan, along with all of our other soldiers, and know that there are thousands of people praying for you all over the world, even though our media in the U.S. wants you to think otherwise.
Thanks a lot, Robin.